to Author Skill Set Wednesday with a quote from Donald Murray, who said, "The most important part of writing is rewriting." First drafts are really great, but you don't want to publish that. You really don't. Hi there, my name is Christopher D'Armani. It is my pleasure, it is my passion to empower nonfiction authors just like you, so you can turn your dream of writing a book into your published reality and fulfill your purpose and your promise and your passion on this world, on this earth. You're put here for a specific reason, and that is to help someone else transform their life through your book. I love helping you get there. I really do. So that's some of the fun stuff we're going to talk about today. Your first draft, of course, is that critical step in your journey down publication highway. But it's not your only step. It's literally the very first one. Refining your manuscript comes next, and that's also an essential part of the journey. Because when you refine and revise your words so they're these sparkling gems that dazzle your reader, your words will fly off the page and into their heart, and it will work its magic there. Only then will they do the work. Only then will your reader do the work that's required. Take those words of yours off the page, put them into their heart, do the work required to transform their life out of that pain that you know that they're in, into that place of promise and passion and purpose, which was the whole point of your book, to take them out of that place of pain and put them into this other place where all those amazing things are available to them. Editing is simply a skill to be honed over time. In that respect, it's exactly like writing. The more you write, the better you become. The more you edit, the better editor you become. And that's not to say you don't need professional editing services from someone whose job is to make sure that your words are as polished and as beautiful as possible. You do. But the self-editing process is a really crucial portion of that, because the more you learn how to do that part of the process better, the easier it is for your editor to hone that message into this really beautiful thing that will transform the life of your readers. They will refine them, if you will. Hone them into those beautiful diamonds that will sparkle in your reader's eyes and will open up their heart and let you make that transformation in their life. But like writing, you need specific rounds of writing. You need daily writing practice to get all that stuff done. Editing is very similar. You need specific rounds of editing to address specific problems. You don't try and fix everything at once because you'll drive yourself insane. So round one could be structure, making sure that the overall message, your starting point to your middle to your end, that all is in the correct place, that it makes sense. Round two could be clarity at that chapter level, making sure all of your chapters are in the right order. Because sometimes, speaking from experience, I've written books where when I wrote the outline, I thought, well, this is a really great order. This is perfect. I love this. But once the book is finished, I realized that, how I address this particular topic means it needs to come before this other thing. That's just a part of the process. And when we embrace the fact there is no right or wrong answer, there's just what works and what doesn't, it makes the editing process so much simpler. Because the beauty of the world that we live in is we can change this even after we hit publish. I've done that. Published a book, realized, oh my goodness, this is terrible. The order is all wrong. And I changed it. Book went on to be a bestseller. Great, love that. But that taught me the lesson that it doesn't matter when that flash of inspiration and insight hits me, I can still make the change. So it's easier, of course, if you do that before the book has gone live and out into the world, but you can still do it afterwards as well. So just know that no matter what happens, you always can fix it. Always. So round number three, getting back to my point here, would be making sure that each chapter is laid out properly so that each paragraph is in the right order. Each sentence within those paragraphs are in the right order. Make sure that your message is crystal clear each step of the way for your reader. Now, there are as many ways to edit a book as there are authors. I am quite sure of that. My process may strike you as complete insanity. Your process might strike me the same way. Figure out what works for you, Hone your process until it was one that helps you get your book to the best you can make it before handing it off to a professional editor. Ask for help from your beta readers as well, because these are people in your target audience. These are people who your book is designed to help. If they tell you something is wrong, guess what? They're correct. They're the target audience. They're telling you what's right and what's not. Also, get feedback from other experts in your space. You're not the only person addressing this problem. You may be the only one addressing it this specific way. But embrace feedback from other people as well who've been working in your space. If these professionals suggest a change, I highly encourage you to take it to heart. Constructive feedback truly is an incredible gift. An incredible gift, because most people will tell you what's wrong, but they won't give you any advice on how to make it better, how to fix it, how to resolve the problem. So if you have someone in your life who can do that with you, with your book, treat both them and the advice that they're giving you, that constructive criticism they're giving you, with the respect they both deserve. These are incredible gifts, but it requires an openness and a willingness to accept them. Because we can get caught up in thinking, well, this is my book, not yours. That's true. However, there are things that work and things that don't. And if someone who's already been working in your space is saying, I've tried this, that doesn't work, read their book. Guess what? You'll find out that they're not lying to you. They're telling you exactly the thing that they've left out of their book and why they've done that. Take that advice. It's great advice. Great advice. And Proverbs 27:17 is a really wonderful passage for editing. As iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. In the context of editing, this is why there's multiple rounds of editing for yourself, the self-editing process. And it's also why you hand it off to a professional editor, because every step of that editing process sharpens and refines your message until it's crystal clear for your readers. And they're all essential. They're all essential. So embrace the process with joy, with gratitude, with love for your readers in your heart. It makes life really simple when you do that. And one of the things that I talk about a lot is we become better readers, or better writers, sorry. We become a better writer by reading a lot. By learning from others, taking their advice to heart. So I have a weekly reading challenge. It's called Become a Better Writer Without Ever Writing a Word. And every week I assign a specific book for us to read, to both help us become better writers, become better human beings. Because when we become a better human being, we can't help but become a better writer. So in that series, I've got a number of books that I've already gone through on editing. So if you go to christopherdrmani.net/tag/editing, you may or may not need the actual backslash after editing, I don't recall. But go there and you'll find all the books in the reading challenge, and you'll see a specific overview and sort of the key highlights of each of those books. And then you can go off and if you like what you see, go read the book and glean all the rest of the beautiful things that are there. And Cover to Cover is one of those really great books. Highly recommend that. But I say all of that to make the point that writing is rewriting. The first draft may be this really wonderful thing, but my bet is that it's not, and that it could use a little help, little TLC. And yeah, I will share this. I have yet to publish anything, whether that's a blog post, whether that's a letter to the editor, whether that's a book, whether that's a magazine article, anything. I have yet to publish a single thing that 34 seconds after I've sent it, I haven't thought, wow, I could actually make this line better, and I could make that paragraph better, or I could fix this thing, or... We make it as good as we possibly can, then we hand it off to a professional who will make it even better. We incorporate those changes and we move on. We will always be able to improve. If you look back at something you wrote 10 years ago, you probably look back like I do in horror going, how could I write that? Oh my goodness, that's awful. At the time, it was the best I could do. I know a lot more now, so I write a lot better now. But again, this boils down to that practice. Writing is rewriting, and the more you rewrite your work, the better your first drafts become. They're still not publishable, but the better they become, the easier they are to edit and refine. So take that to heart, please. And with that, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.